Welcome back to Farm West of Boring, where life is anything but boring. Well, we got ourselves a new Woodland Mills wood chipper, a WC68, and so we're gonna be putting that together. So stick around, watch how that goes. Be sure to wait until the very end when I put a special addition onto the wood chipper that will make it much more suitable for hauling around on the back of my tractor. Let's get going. So there's the frame that this thing came in. Hopefully we'll be able to use that to make a shelf or make something out of that. And here's the wood chipper. Woodland Mills WC68 PTO. It's got a manual and hardware inside tube, so we have to look for that. And where is it? Okay, so here we go. There we go, there's the manual. That's one of the things that most people get mixed up on. They go, geez, how come there's no instructions with this thing? Well, they're inside the tube. Manual inside. So here's the operator's manual, and I'm assuming that that's going to have instructions on how to put this thing together. And components list. We can go through that. And here's the parts that came out of there. I'm not quite sure why these here were loose. Maybe they had something, maybe they were part of, I'm not really sure, I'll find out. Fill the hydraulic tank with hydraulic oil per the table below. WC68, 5 gallons. I guess we have to get 5 gallons of hydraulic fluid because I don't see any hydraulic fluid here. I suppose they don't send it along with here. Handle with grip, PTO ship. This is scale hardware, okay. So here's all the scale. That's pretty nice. So unboxing the crate. We already did that. Use the components and hardware listed in the table below to assemble the lower hitch arms to the chipper. So what's going to be the first thing? Okay, so we need 4 M16 by 55s. Okay, so here's one of the hitch arms. The other one is on there already, including the bolts. Okay, right off the bat I'm confused. It talks about only one side's upper base hardware is removed at a time. So this shows right side. I'm assuming that that is right here. But then it says left side. So I'm not sure what, is this the left side over here? I just don't understand. So that's a little confusing. Remove upper hardware from one side at a time. Right side. Left side. Remove the temporary nut from under the right side of the flywheel housing and discard it. Flywheel housing I'm assuming that that's what this is. And temporary nut, is that what this is here? Maybe, I don't know. I guess I'll take it off and discard it. This is a permanent nut here. So I don't know what in the world they're talking about. What nut underneath the flywheel housing that they're talking about. So here's the best that I could figure out, is that this is a bolt that goes in here and threads into that arm. Like this here. This one here has threads that go in. It's ready to send them
well, if you follow the book, you would have seen that that's the very first thing you do.
I know, but then there's this one here that you can't get in any further.
No.
And then, like I said, then I took those out, and I go, well, how come this is... We had to loosen up that lower bolt there to get the everything to line up so we get these other bolts in. And so now we're tightening it back up, getting these all tightened. And we got this crossbar in, and these pins, hitch pins. So that's all in and tightened up. And so now these are just going to be tightened. Okay, next is upper hitch. So we've got those here. Got 4. Okay, so we've got that on. So it looks like for the 3-point we're pretty well set. What's next? Yeah, this pin here.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So then, next page. In-feed chute. Top panel. There you go. So we're trying to figure out where this is. It says lower flywheel housing. It's not going to fit there. But it definitely shows like this.
I mean, there's still a pretty good gap there.
No, there's no... Well, that's the only place I can see it hooking onto. Fasten the top panel to the lower flywheel housing.
Yeah, this guy definitely goes down here. If you look. Oh, they must just have that written wrong.
I'm trying to think of how this would be lower. This looks to me like to be upper. I think they get things sort of backwards because it said the same thing. If you pull both of those bolts out, it'll fall forward, and it showed the picture going this way.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well,
I noticed
that would be.
I noticed that when I first started, that it had pictures from the side, and then as soon as it goes into the small diagrams, the pictures are from the other side.
Okay, so we've got this figured out. A nylon washer there, nylon washer there, nylon washer there, and a nut. So now we've got to undo this whole thing because... So, okay, yeah. It appears from what I can see in the pictures that this little deal here needs to be going out. And we assumed that it must go in, so I guess we have to take it all apart and redo it. Okay, so we have the chute put together. We got this round bar put on here with these tabs on the outside, and all these screws are loose. right now. And so now we're going to tighten them up.
I should go get the drill and make this a lot faster.
Okay, next is going to be putting on the control arm. So it looks like we have 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4.
My drill bits up top.
What's that?
I took out my drill bits up top.
Okay, so I have to stop saying okay, so.
Okay, so
Here's what we have. I think we've got things pretty well set up here. Got this safety arm on. And we've got to get that clip down there tightened up. Speed control. And we're questioning, what in the world is this thing right here? Not really quite sure what that is, but obviously it looks important. That's the next day, and we've got this thing pretty well put together, except to put in some hydraulic fluid. So we got this AW32 hydraulic oil, and we got that at AutoZone, cost about $75. But now I have to check the plate against the blades here. So what I'm going to do, lay this down. It says to use a flashlight. Just check down in there. But I cannot see. I'm looking down in there and I cannot see a dang thing down there. So there's a little plate over on the other side here that I took out, and you can see in there. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but there's that plate, I guess. And we have to turn this. So I think it said 1/16 to an 1/8. Setting the bed plate gap. The 1/16 to an 1/8 inch. And so this needs to be 1/16 to an 1/8. Verify the gap is consistent vertically from the bottom of the bed plate to the top. Loosen the 3 M10 by 25 bolts so that the bed plate is free to slide in and out. This movement will increase or decrease the gap. Slide the bed plate by gripping the knob and adjust its position so that it's within 1/16 to 1/8. So it looks to me like this thing is set at about 1/4 of an inch, so which I guess is too much. So so we've got to take out those 3 bolts here. Okay, so I've used a 5/8 inch socket here, and I've loosened those 3 up. They're not easy to get to. Would be nice to just take this off, because I have to loosen them some more because I can't. Give it a little extension. Hello. Good. What? Yeah, it's just a glass thing. Huh. Well, I don't know. Well, okay. Well, I guess I'll go down to Ace Hardware and look there and see if I can find one. I have that all lined up, and I've got these all torqued. Well, I don't have a torque wrench, so I tightened them as hard as I could get them. And I put the little window back on, and it looks like everything's within about 1/8 of an inch of those blades. So we'll put this back up. So this doesn't line up exactly right. Gotta pull this back. Now this is something that I'm going to have to fix. I'm going to have to get some sleeves to go on here, because this is, I think, a number 1, and this is designed for number 2 or 3, I guess. But for now, since we're not really running the machine with this raised up, we set it down. It should be okay, because it's just for transporting it around. So now we need to put some hydraulic fluid in there. Have the hydraulic fluid in with a minimum of spilling, a little bit of spilling, but not too much. So this doesn't seem to work right, because that's almost at the very end, and there's not enough catch it, unless this thing gets adjusted, but I doubt it. Move these out about as far as I can get them out, and that still is not going to go up. I don't know what to do. Well, as I mentioned at the first of the video, I'm going to be putting an addition on here. that will make it a lot easier for us to hook this up to our tractor and take it off. So I have a quick hitch connector on our tractor, and I'm using that with this, but I need a larger connector here because I think this is a category 1 and I need like a category 2 or 3, and the same goes for here. So I've got this from Amazon. I've used these before. It's the box. These are little spring clips that will hold them in there. So it fits on there like that. I need to put the spring clips in there to hold this on. I wish it actually would go in like that far there. Would be better. So I'll just put this in there temporarily. I think I'll get a tape measure and I will check and see to make sure that that's going to fit. So there, I'm just using these pins temporarily. So it gives me about 28 inches across there. So let me go check with the tractor and we'll see what we get on the tractor. This is the box scraper that we use, and it's got the quick connect. Same deal. About 28.5 inches right to there if I'm pulling from the outside there. And then up here on the upper hitch, I've got the little sleeve on here, which makes this go on and off really quick. And yes, I can see that this may be a problem, because even though that's 28 inches, if this slides over, this can slide over to there, which now is about 30 inches, so that the deal would go up in here. So I think what I'm going to have to do I really need to get them on there like that, so I'm gonna have to try and drill those out. And then here they give me 2 different pins, and I think I need to use the 2 of them together. So, like that there. So now that's the right size. Put that pin back in. Okay, so let's see how that works. Get over the grinder. Okay, so here we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so there's little pins. Let's see if this will go in. little bit off down there, but I think it'll go in far enough. Yeah, I think we're set. Let's go try that out. We have that one put on there, have a pin in, and got this tightened up. That looks pretty good. Now let's go do this one over here. Wow, that's pretty good. You can see that. Sure, you can see that hole is nice and straight. Oh, got that thing in there. Now let's go put it on. There we go. Okay. 31.25 maybe. So our 28 is going to fit on there just perfectly. So this is all set up for quick hitch. Will work really well. One thing we discovered was that with the quick hitch, it lengthened the distance between the PTO hookups. And so our PTO hookup with the quick hitch is about 6 inches from here to here. And if we were to take that quick hitch off and hook this up directly to the tractor, I think we would have had to cut some off of this PTO shaft. Thanks for joining us today for the assembly of our Woodland Mills WC68 chipper. We've been through several different problems with it, but I think we've resolved them, and we've got the quick hitch hookup, so it's all ready to go. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, sure would appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.